I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed.
Buy our merch.
What happened?
It's buy our merch. Then I say buy our merch indeed. The child shall lead them, but you know.
Well, you know, worse things have happened. Like
Who cares?
when I didn't remember to introduce myself.
Who cares?
But I've got it now. I'm Sori, and this is Vin. We're in the middle of a DJ stream for the big homie. What?
Go ahead.
Mike Franco. He has picked the next song on his list to be Sacrificial Annihilation by the band Malevolent Creation.
Yes.
And I have not heard of these.
A lot of people have been asking us about the band Malevolent Creation because we put it in the thingamajiggy, and I'm very thankful that the big homie put it like toward the end.
Yeah, wait.
You bums had to stick around with us for quite some time.
Yes.
But now the moment has arrived, dear listener. Now the moment has arrived.
And here we go.
Creation. Malevolent Creation. The name of this song, as my buddy Ben said, is very wholesome. Sacrificial Annihilation. Oh. Why did they say moi?
I don't know.
Yeah. Probably because you're evil.
What? Take that back.
Turn that shit up. Turn it up. It's like, turn it up. Whoa, that bass.
Gosh. The words are gross.
Oh. Oh my God! What? Done.
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 Oh my god.
He pronounces the term sacrificial kind of weird,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming he has to do that to maintain the syllabic rhythm there.
Maybe. Or maybe
So I'm going to give him a
he's got
pass
an
on that.
accent. Look, the album cover has this creature holding up the 2 tablets. This is the 10 Commandments.
What's the name of the the track 7 on the 10 Commandments?
Yep.
Is it 10 songs?
Oh, I don't know. Question. 10
Yep,
songs.
10 songs.
Ooh, boy. Thou shalt kill.
Thou shalt. I'll show you, Yahweh.
Okay. This song, I have to say, lyrically was very disgusting. When I was like looking at it, my stomach was actually feeling a little like, meh. Maybe I took too many vitamins before we started this. I don't know. But I'm like looking at these lyrics, I'm like, this is so friggin' nasty. What it sounded like, it had some heavy. I don't really like. No, you go. I don't really like this one.
Wow. The lyrics grossed you out a little bit too much.
Honest to goodness, I shouldn't have looked at the lyrics, and I should have just followed the riff because maybe I would have liked it more that way. But I told myself after I went through 2 of these, and I got to.
All right, so I'll read yours first because I caught the other.
Oh yeah, you're gonna read it out loud?
Well, I don't think people understood what he said either.
God, that's
Bone
true.
marrow twisted, white sockets shattered. Is it black flesh blistered, hungry maggots grow fatter. Tendon snap, cartilage corroding. Contorted muscles flap, clotted blood flowing. Circumstances beyond that of your feeble minds. Helpless victims scream in fear. For they know of their fines. I don't know what that really means. They know of their fines.
I think they scream in fear because they know they recognize where they are and it's not good. They know of their fines. They found that they're in this place and they know, and that's what's terrifying them.
Okay.
That's my guess.
That makes sense.
Or maybe they saw other bodies and they're like, oh my god, that's my
Carcasses lie piled, some gaping, some rotted.
Oh god.
Yellow pus dripping, putrid and hottened. Burning flesh quivers, loosened, bloated. Final stage
Bluing
of death,
flesh.
rigor mortis unfolded. Faces of white staring right through you. This hellish sight knows you're its own fool. You're hell.
What are the white faces? That was creepy. What are the white faces staring right through you?
Die,
are they the bodies that are looking still at you like to
when
terror?
you die, and you lose all the blood or whatnot.
Yeah.
It turns this gray, sickish, ashen white. It goes from regular to blue to like a greenish, and then finally like an ashen type white type of thing.
I'm not trying to be. I've only seen white people in that situation. Is it still basically the same?
It's similar. I mean, obviously it's subjective, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that when if Sayla gets sick, the sort of green she looks, and the sort of greenish that you look too when you're not feeling good. So it's like similar but not the same. So, oh god. Okay.
Yeah. Odor of carrion is thick in the air. Puddles of mucus, flesh starts to tear. Immolation intruding on your body and soul as a moral adoration. Extinction takes its toll. Viewing this onslaught before me, its beauty is so fucking rare. Take one look and you will see. Devastation wrought with precision and care. From his fist, swift death is dealt. Your head up your ass, much pain is felt. Body all twitching, brain nerves dead. In a flick of his eyes, your makers met. Sacrificial, annihilation. Panic is stricken, stiff bodies abound. You need to escape, but the means are not found. Tiny little flesh creatures flee for their lives. From the plasm he returns. Now it's time to die. Mutilation, asphyxiation, dying by my grasp. Futile moves made by you to stop me in my tracks. Don't you know? As your limbs grow cold, I am your destruction. Sacrificial, annihilation.
You know what's terrifying about this is that there are people that want to do this to other people.
Yes, it's called the United States. Oh. There's a reason I read those lyrics. Because you hear shit like, oh, we drone bombed, these pine nut farmers into eternity. This is what cleanup looks like, man.
Oh, God.
This is what cleanup looks like in that type of situation.
Yeah.
Shit is not pretty, and it's not cool. And I'm not saying there's never a time to do that, but there's never a time to do that to civilians. And we just wash over that shit.
And, yeah, kids.
We just it's this horror that was just described is enshrined in a space like this big on CNN. Because, there were other things to badmouth Trump about. His racism and all the other nonsense. He just bodied all those people. Now, I'm not going to go after Trump because Obama was called the droner in chief and all the rest of it. So I'm not either way. What I'm saying is you need ugly art. Until we hit the millennium, when we can actually globally apply the Sermon on the Mount, you need... Because people are like, oh, this is over the top, blah, blah. No, it's not over the top. It's not over the top. Like... And it's interesting because he says, with precision care, and you'll see this. We started using this terminology, precision strikes, and all the rest of it, because when you do have satellite technology, you can get precise.
Yep.
But the definition of what precise means in that context, people don't understand. So because Americans want to be, because we're so apathetic and we don't really give a fuck about our fellow man. You hear precise, you go, oh, okay, that means we're differentiating between civies and non-combatants. No, what precise means, in their vantage point, is if we want to kill that guy, we're going to get him from a satellite. We're going to get him. But that does not mean
we're
that
not going to get other people
the bomb differentiates between a civvy and the person you're trying to get. No, it does not mean that. So...
Wow.
I'll give Trump credit, when he went after homeboy from Iran, he had a couple opportunities and he waited and he only killed the driver and whatever. I'll say Trump was more careful than Obama. Like there was one point, I don't know if you remember this, when the Iranians shot down one of our drones.
Yeah. Yes.
And at about 11:59, Trump reversed and said, "We're not going." He's like, "How many people are going to die?"
Yep.
They were like 25 to 30. And all the Republicans like, yeah, let's kill, boom, boom, whatever, because they knew that the Iranians weren't going to be able to respond to us. And Trump said, "Nah, bro, we can't kill those people because of a drone."
I was so surprised that that 20 or 30 people was of consequence to him.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been to Obama though.
It wouldn't have been to a lot.
And like I said, I don't care, politically, whatever. People are like, why do you have to bring politics into this? The reason is because the ugliness that was just described actually fucking happens in the world, man.
Yeah.
We actually do this shit to people. So, nobody wants to read it, but the mucus, the pus, and the sockets, and the sockets shattered and all the rest of it, and people getting cut out to the white meat and all that shit happens. You're lucky if you're in ground zero with one of these drone strikes. You're blessed. If you're in ground zero, but the fallout and houses collapsing and kids suffocating under 400-pound ignited piles of steel and getting suffocated and burned, seared to death simultaneously. Man, Americans ain't trying to hear that shit.
No.
So we do that to people. You do that to people. So, And our politicians or whatever, they're not omniscient and they're not omnipotent, and they do kowtow to public pressure. but there's not enough public pressure on either side, Democrat, Republican, or progressive,
Right.
that gets into, Vice is supposed to be this big, like, oh, we report everything, man. There's a whole bunch of shit that Vice censors. No American has ever seen in any major news outlet or even on the internet news outlet what actually happens in a drone strike and what it actually looks like. We don't know what that looks like. Or it smells like. You don't know what it tastes like either. So.
Tastes like?
So.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. So, like, I don't like the lyrics, but I was like, I'm going to make a point to read this shit.
Yep.
Because I don't know when they wrote this song. Apparently, this was on their first record. But, I'm sure it's maybe some, like, ethereal, like, satanic creature who goes off and does that shit. In the universe of this album. 1991, yeah. In the universe of this album, I'm sure it was some horrible satanic,
Oh yeah.
person who, whatever.
Yeah.
But
why waste an opportunity?
And to some degree, it's true. It is some evil that's doing that shit. It's it's called the United States of America, and I know everybody wants to. We always want to absolve ourselves of this stuff.
Yeah.
We love the Pledge of Allegiance at the football game, and how dare you not, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance for the football game, because we're all part of the collective American spirit. But when we talk about bombing the shit out of these people, literally and figuratively, now all of a sudden we want to say, oh no, that's the Democrats who are doing that. That's the Democrats who are doing that. Oh, that's the Republicans who are doing that. No, motherfucker, that's you. Mm-hmm. You're doing that. We're doing that.
Right.
So, there's a big difference between guilt, false guilt, apathy, and empathy. Mm-hmm. Those are not all the same thing. But
the way to tell is to look at your reaction.
Americans we're so comfortable, and comfort is such a massive industry in America that I don't care what side you're on. None of us want to face that shit, man. Mm-hmm. So God's like, all right, cool. Here you go, sacrificial annihilation. And yeah, we sacrificed a whole bunch of people in this world, bro. For, whatever reason. But this shit is it's horrible. It's really, really, really horrible. And to Luminous Knight's point, they're devastatingly effective. I mean, there's a reason we have and it's brilliant the way that we talk about it. We have a defense budget. Who's coming after us, bro? You have a defense budget. So we use terminology like this.
Yeah.
Defense budget, precision strikes, we use this terminology because the powers that be know Americans want to be rocked to sleep in their apathy.
Yep. No, you're right.
So yeah, we're gonna let all these people die of preventable diseases in America.
Yeah.
We're gonna let people die of insulin shortages and all the rest of it. But hey, don't fuck with the defense budget. And all these people that were saying that Trump was a madman, he was crazy. Nancy Pelosi, oh my God, Trump is crazy. We need to impeach him. Yada yada yada. All of those people voted to give Trump billions of dollars to create weapons for the defense budget.
Yeah.
So the way that we are is it's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable to me. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah,
the way
because
that we are.
in this day and age, there's no excuse. Most of us all have Google. You know what I mean? You can research anything. You can know exactly what's going on. But I think that you're right. I think that we want to be apathetic and we don't want to focus on it because we don't want to actually make any changes. And because we don't want to make any changes, no changes happen. And so people just keep getting... I take some time to stop and think about it and to think about, what's happening at the Gaza Strip and stuff like that. Like I take time to think about the border and I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it because it's very difficult. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times we don't want to think about it. We just want to put it out of our heads and spend the majority of our day doing whatever it is that we want to do instead of realizing. I mean, can you imagine being these families? Like we worry about regular things, you know, like SIDS, or what if the kid runs and gets hit? You know what I mean? Like, these are like normal. We're not worried that some bomb is going to come out of the sky and blow us all to smithereens and maybe our kids survive with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even occur to us to know what that would even be like.
Yeah.
And some people, it's, oh, yay, we made it through a day. I mean.
Yeah, this is a soundtrack to the Middle East for the last 20 years.
That's pretty messed up. That is pretty messed up.
So, I mean, shit, man. We had, 4 weeks into the Iraq invasion, we had the shock and awe campaign. See, they were televising the shit that we just got, the shit that just got described by this horrible satanic band. That was on fucking TV for America to be like, yeah, America! Fuck those Iraqi civilians that are currently crying out to their God and their mother as they're suffocating to death. Fuck those people. Fuck them. What did they do to you? I don't know. Shock it off. Okay. All right. I'm amazed that this country has not been swallowed alive in the Sheol. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
God is very, very merciful, but I don't know, man. You don't seem to be very merciful to those people over there. So, to be merciful to us equals destruction for those people.
Right.
So, that's a question. That's a problem of evil question. But for some reason, I don't hear it get asked.
Yeah.
I don't hear it. Nobody, atheist, Christian, nobody's saying like, yo, how the fuck? If God is real and he's just, how the fuck are we still alive after all the shit we do to people all over the fucking planet?
That's so true.
I got all these kids. They're all fucking healthy and shit. One of them's doing a business. One's doing... Meanwhile, there's some, you know.
Yep.
That's all right, though. Because we're okay. But let something happen to us. How could God, whatever? How come nobody's saying, how come God's letting America just fucking... with no consequence whatsoever? Nobody's asking that question. That tells me something. Tells me a lot. Anyway, silent count for me.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was going to be a 6 because I was not really a fan of it, but I'm going to go with a silent count. What can be done? Yikes.
Horrible. Good song, though. Good song. Those guys have mastered their instruments, and those people are doing God's work. And I mean that literally. They're doing God's work.
Crazy.
Rest in peace to all the victims of American violence and aggression.
Yeah.
And God help our country. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.